Wrong
You
name.
guys
There we
get
go.
Hey, here we
a
are.
little appetizer.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Digital Havoc. We're on week 72. Hot damn! It's been a while since we did some Street Fighter Five. We're here with, of course, Uncle Vince to my left over here. What's going on, Vince? How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. We are living in Canada here, the suitably hot lands of Canada right now. We are in the land of hybrid events. We are running online and offline all week. It's pretty crazy. We're doing like four nights a week.
Yes.
So lots of fighting games for both for Digital Havoc and for the rest of our offline and Incendium events. But I'm glad to be back. It's been a while since we've had some Street Fighter here on Digital Havoc, and
Yeah.
I'm really happy today because we got two of my favorites joining us tonight.
Oh,
All
wow.
Your
right.
favorite?
That's
Oh, I'm
that's so
honored.
kind. It's like the last thing I was expecting to hear. Thank you. That's nice.
So let's
You're
start off with
okay. Everyone
go
who
ahead.
joins us is a favorite, but like you guys, you guys have been riding it out with us the last while, and then obviously, we took a little bit of break trying to find our
Mhm.
feet as offline started to return, and it's been a little bit, but we are back now. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Mhm.
if you guys want to go
Back.
ahead and introduce yourselves, even though you really need no introduction, but
Aw. I guess I'll send it first. Hey everybody, it's your
Mhm.
girl Flex is back at it again on the mic, bringing the spice, bringing the flavor, keeping it nice. And I have got, is it my this way? There
What
we
is
go. The
it's,
man,
it's
the
it's
myth,
this
on
over
the
here?
legend. How are you doing?
Yes, hi. I'm doing well. I was trying to see if I could work this green screen. It's not quite going well. As you can see, everything is still popping up behind me. So the green screen is just a background accessory right now. But hey, guys, it's me, Fawn the Legend. Obviously, you can find me on Twitter, Fawn the Legend. You can find me on Twitch, everywhere. Blah 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 blah. You know the whole spiel. I'm excited to see Street Fighter today because my girl Akira's finally in. I have been playing her nonstop. I am a huge Rival Schools fan and nerd. I hope I can see her today. I
you
just want
might
to see it. That's
because
it.
because
I'm glad.
yeah, you might because I'm looking at the lobby here, and it's gonna be Fluxways versus now calling themselves Minu. But it's locally
Mm.
here we know them as Cinnies. But I see an Akira in Flux's um,
Ooh.
default character, so we'll see. But we're gonna jump into this
Interesting.
match momentarily here and get the show on the road. But yeah, he definitely had it set to Akira. Who knows if he's gonna play, but we'll see.
Mm.
I can
We shall
interrupt
find
real
out.
quick too. Speaking of Smash GG, make sure you guys go and smash the matcherino. They made it even easier for you now because all you have to do is click a button. You don't even have to type in a code. So make sure you guys go
Yep.
check out that matcherino. It is super easy. You can help support the players and contribute to the prize pool today, and
Absolutely.
help some of these players, including Fluxways here,
Yeah,
versus
and
is it Minu?
yeah,
Yeah.
Minu. So the names are switched around, and it looks like I have a weird audio issue. So we'll have to fix that in between the matches here, but we'll get that working for you guys shortly.
All right.
And yeah, so Minu, also known as Cinnies here locally in Toronto, picking Ed and Fluxways. There we go with the Akira pick.
This is perfect. This is literally everything I wanted and more. Like she's already up there, already on screen. He's running V skill one and V trigger one. There's been a bit of discussion about whether it's the proper combination is V trigger two and sorry, V trigger one and V skill two, Sutenda. But they've been getting a lot of sort of mileage off of utilizing this. Honestly, it's been interesting. It takes the first round, but I'm glad to see this combo. I'm glad a lot more people are using it because I feel like it's the stronger one in my opinion.
Yeah, and definitely, we've seen a lot of Akira play. It's obviously relatively new. Does a boatload of damage. Got
Mhm.
has some pretty good normals reach wise. So we'll see here. There's still a lot to learn. People still got to learn what's punishable, what's not. Obviously,
Mhm.
and what the optimal damage options
Ooh.
are, what setups you can get on Oki, that type of stuff. But there we go. Wake up DP, charging out the fireball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
good V
nice
reversal.
finish there. Yeah, the view reversal's good answer to the cross up.
Yeah, it just seems interesting right now. Tries to use the full screen elbow, but doesn't quite find it. Still trying to poke. and using that flicker jab a lot to see if he can try and find any sort of stray hits converted into CA, but he didn't convert it right there. He could have, but
Oh,
this time he won't make the same mistake twice. He ends up going for the CA and obviously converts and catches this first dub for the very first match that we've been seeing on screen so far. Akira has a 3 frame. Her crouch slide is a 3 frame, but at the same time, it is I don't think it's her buttons are like deceptively short. Like the only button it is I know that goes pretty far is standing fierce, six. I'm playing Strive. Forward fierce as well. with that being the case, I was about to say 6 HS, but it's actually 6 fierce, or at least forward fierce, and her low forward, and a lot of it really carries her sort of neutral. A lot of the other buttons you sort of have to use as counter pokes, and right now he's doing a very good job at making sure that he's keeping pressure on and taking these small trades and not committing to too much until he gets a knockdown.
yeah, and I will say too that Akira has fantastic pressure abilities. I think that's really her
Hmm.
biggest strength here. I like to say that she's the new and improved Kage in a sense because Kage, if
Yeah.
Kage can get that corner pressure, same situation with Akira. All she needs to do is get her opponent in the corner. Right now, though, Fluxway seems to really be struggling to make those EX elbows um, land their mark here. Going to be big hits and big damage to follow for Manu.
Oh, good
Oh, good
interrupt.
interrupt.
Ooh.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, she's gonna call in Daigo. This could be a kill. Oh, she has V
Oh
trigger
Oh
one,
no.
and she's not gonna be able to get the kill, but with the EX elbow, she will be able to seal the deal for the next game here. As I see, this is why like I feel like it's a strong combo, V trigger one and V skill one, but V skill two ends
no!
up with you having so much damage. She could have killed right there. She would have ended up having V skill two, but she's instead trying to go for the enhanced Kikokai to try and keep adding pressure.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
Anti-air
kind of
flicker.
a
Interesting.
yeah.
Oh, yep. Crush
The big
counter.
crush.
4 roundhouse. Mm.
hmm
We're in the corner here. Oh, yep. Shimmy.
oh, gets shimmied. Yeah, this
The
That
is
might be enough
activation.
to stun.
stun.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, but
Oh,
that
he
will.
actually is evading it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, Fluxways goes down here. Now it's tied at 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially match point here for Minu right now.
Again, looks like really baiting
Interesting.
out with that flicker, sending it into just the first 2 seconds
Mhm.
of the match here. I like that answer. Nice and safe. You can kind of abuse it a little bit. Um, ooh, big hit here from Fluxway though. Gonna get that corner carry. This is dangerous if you're Ed. Fluxway's still backing off. Interesting. Be
Yeah, I
scared
think
of
the
that
button's so
V-trigger
strong.
activation.
Yeah, I think that standing light kick is actually so strong. It reminds me a lot of Sakura's. It doesn't go as far as hers does, but it's such a good
Hmm.
counter poke, and the fact that you can convert it off of so much is actually really really good. Like I'm glad to be able to see Flux using that to sort of use as a counter poke in case Ed tries to go for any of his longer reaching normals. She can convert him into a lot from that. So, mm, okay,
Okay. Yeah.
good, good
Reversal there.
reversal.
Oh, could have went to shoulder there. I think medium because it was counter hit too. They could have went for the medium and then go for the
Yeah,
crouch
yeah, he could have.
jab.
Mm-hmm. And he would have been able to link it. He would have ended
Oh,
up getting the kill, but he instead doesn't go for the anti-air here. This is probably the worst case scenario because if Ed gets another hit, then it's going to be a lot more scary. Hey,
yes,
better
yes,
back
hold
off.
that.
That's my
Yes.
brother.
Oh,
You better get away from me.
Oh,
getting
the
caught.
overhead.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. He
didn't
Ooh.
land
nice.
the
Yeah.
cross up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
That is
I'd be a
literally
little
like, and it.
salty.
Yeah. Hey, Daigo makes everybody salty. I completely understand. Get off my brother. Like I completely understand. I definitely think that's like her best V trigger. I think V trigger 2 is good,
Oh
but
yeah.
like that's Daigo has so much potential. It's so crazy.
I
Oh,
feel like it's
absolutely. I
really.
mean, oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was to say, I think the big
Mhm.
thing with Daigo too that really makes that feature strong is the fact that there's so much cross up opportunities, and unless you're really familiar with the power behind it, because it has that double hit there, you really have to be careful about how you're blocking. You get stuck in kind of a weird situation because she can cross you up so
Mhm.
well. Big back throw into the corner here, but activation time for Minu. What were you gonna say, Mufasa?
Oh,
Oh man, I knew that I was gonna trade there. So one thing I was gonna mention too is like I could see like some really good situations where like if you know that your opponent is like stand blocking, you could just like tiger knee her like I guess her hand projectile thing that she has in the air
Yeah.
and get an
Mhm.
instant overhead off of that. Especially if you have like the buff V skill version of it too. Man, that
Yeah.
thing
Mm-hmm.
hurts.
It is extremely plus. It's very, very powerful. Definitely a good
Yeah,
tool to be able to use as well. Yeah, it's very, very scary. It's something that you have to be on the lookout for a lot. But right now, I
it's
mean,
very
Akira is on the
active
back foot.
too.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Very, very active. Overall, a
I've
great
seen it
move
like
to use.
stuff like uppercuts multiple
Ooh,
times. Okay,
big crush.
Sinias. Oh,
Oh,
drops
not
it.
like
Yes.
this.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
she
gets a
should have been
shimmy
able to.
though. Ah.
He's gonna carry.
Oh,
Oh, he
that's
misses the
Oh.
throw.
lucky.
I am so serious. I thought that I've seen people do this before. That crush counter off a forward heavy punch. If you call V trigger immediately after that, I thought he was going to go for jab and then ambiguous cross up with Daigo coming down. Like that's actually one of the scariest things I've like ever seen, and also the scariest
Mhm.
things I've ever done to people because it's you literally never know which one you're going to end up when you have that V trigger in your arsenal.
Oh,
Oh, nice,
nice.
good
Give
whiff.
the boot. Man, is that her like forward
Ooh.
medium kick or something like that? It's a nice button.
That's her. That's her standing roundhouse.
I like that button.
It's really good. Push her
Ooh, nice
forward
little
too.
frame trap.
I'm still waiting for it. Oh, he tried to go for the air
Oh,
throw, but he missed it.
okay. Cancel or reverse. I mean, nice. Oh, try to avoid there. Oh, great grab to avoid the cycle ball there.
Yeah. Oh no. No oh.
Eesh.
I don't know if
Oh,
that
and he
was
messed up the
quite a
combo.
punish, but it still landed. Interesting. Going into
All
critical
right,
art here, not gonna kill. But definitely going to put
increase the
Minu at a little
momentum.
bit of advantage here.
No, he has V trigger
All right,
one.
Uh-oh.
He's
coming,
just gonna
big
end up
brother.
backing up. If anything,
Oh,
tries to go for the throw, but doesn't end up using it. Oh well, instead it ends up getting
Ah,
nice
teched, but
punish.
good
finds the whiff.
punish.
Yeah, have to be very, very careful with that.
The elbow.
It is overall very well played from Minu there. I definitely think that he utilized Ed's tools a lot. A lot of what it was I was seeing with Flux's Akira was good. It was just like few smaller conversions here and there that could have been utilized like a lot better, but I still think that he did a
Yeah,
phenomenal job with using them. I think he still did
absolutely.
a great job for sure. Standing light kick is easily one of Akira's like I think one of her best counter pokes, and so she can confirm into it from a lot of different things. I think it's very, very scary to use. I didn't see quite as much utilization on that because I think Ed's buttons actually would have been stuffed out a lot from standing light kick. But overall, still well played.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love to see Akira anyway. I don't care. So
I'm not
it's
gonna
just
lie.
nice.
Does anybody? Oh, sorry.
What were you gonna say? No, no, no.
Just say,
What were you
does
gonna say?
anybody? Does anybody else get stressed out every time you see Daigo come on stream? You see the Akira activation. I like get instantly stressed out too.
yeah,
I'm just like, oh, what's gonna
It's just like
happen?
you see like a big bolt just like drop down in like the middle of like the area. And it's like, oh my god. It's like and you
I
have
mean,
to like time when he's
yep.
gonna like do his charge after too. It's like
Yeah.
Mm.
that blast radius is pretty wide too, so you have to like be really careful with that as well.
Yeah, and it also has a very the verticality on the hitbox is also really good. It's great at also
Yeah.
Mhm.
stopping people that are using jump ins and things of that nature. Like it's great at catching people, especially if you aren't careful. It's deceptively wide, and like once again, like the biggest thing it was that like it is so scary about that is the fact that if you hit her, he blows up like immediately. Like it's very like and instead of you having that timing, the minute she gets hit, you already have to be like you you have to respect it. It's like literally one of the
Yeah.
V triggers it is in this game that you have to respect no matter what it is because it is
Mhm.
scary. It is very, very scary to
Yeah.
be able to get caught by that.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure.
Yeah. So next up, we're gonna get Rocky versus Madness 223. So it looks like Rocky beat Destructive, uh,
Oh.
Mm,
and
Actually,
Madness.
Destructive has been playing Oro. He hasn't really been playing
Yeah.
Urian at all, actually.
mm,
All right, let's go
interesting.
turtle mains. I'm ready
Hey.
for my first
I think
battles.
Oro's gonna be like a really interesting character in the meta. Like he once again like he has all the tools, um,
Mhm.
and I feel like his potential for mix-ups is pretty strong. So I'm curious to see, like, 6 months down the road from now, where we're gonna be at with these two characters. Obviously, still one more character coming, right? So we still got Luke on the way. My boy, I'm playing that. I saw that. I'm like, I'm playing that kid. That's my character. I finally, after
Yeah, he
5
looks sick
seasons of Street Fighter
actually.
5, I find my character.
His gameplay looks
Mm.
solid. Design
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
overall as a character, aesthetics, you know, we'll fix him up with some costumes.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. No,
right.
I remember how much I was against like Oro coming out initially because I was like, he's so gross. And I was just like, I want it
Just
because
just
for
drop that.
me,
Oro's just he's so gross.
yeah, he's so
Flexes
gross.
2021.
Right, that's my
Rose is
motto.
gross.
But it was funny because last night I had an open lobby and I was playing, and or maybe it was 2 nights ago.
Mm,
Point being, I had so much fun playing him, and like you hit it on
yeah.
the nose, Vince, because he has every tool in his arsenal to be a very strong character in the
Yeah.
roster. I
Mm.
mean, he's got a great DP. He's got a very decent fireball. I mean, he's a mix. He command grab, charge character. Like it's
I
a
didn't
really
realize until
interesting.
recently his EX projectile, it actually tracks you.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. It does. Just like it did in Third Strike. Third Strike had that a
Mhm.
lot. Had a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like every time he uses EX Fireball, it would always track. So I was surprised they brought it back
that's
because
what I
that
was
means
saying.
that
I
his
didn't
zoning got
think
full
that.
screen. Yeah. That's like the last thing I thought they would give to him. But when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, my goodness, man! Like that's
Yeah.
probably like one
That
of
Oh
the
yeah.
most
I mean,
efficient zoning tools ever.
I think going back to that too, like once again, like his fireball startup is I think it's pretty below. I think it's a little bit below average actually, like compared to
Hmm.
everyone else's fireballs. But the
Oh yeah.
utility, actually really good. So sorry, I had to turn it down there for a second.
No
Oh
worries. All right, you
yes,
guys.
We got
perfect.
Oh,
It
Akira.
is
Then we got
Fawn's
more
night
Akira.
tonight.
It's my night. I love it. I'm not complaining.
And we got a Kage.
This
We don't
is-
see these often either.
that's true.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's
might
true,
be the
actually, it's a great
first one
point.
we've
I
had.
literally just said earlier too. Akira's the improved version of Kage, so we're gonna have to see how this matchup kind of works out. Obviously, Kage has a fireball, and I think his fireball is pretty decent. And he's got some fun little frame chops and pressure, but again, I think Akira, she's got some tricks up her sleeve.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I was watching Punk play Akira. I think on day 1 or day 2, and very much like Punk known for playing Kareen, using kind of the same strategy with Akira
Yeah.
overall. Just like walk in, try to bully with the stand fears, and really just keep that pressure on and use that slow walking wall. So it's just like that's obviously like pulling that from another character that Punk is clearly very successful with, but the moveset lends to that kind of play. So I think for the most part, at least in the beginning, you're going to see a lot of that slow push forward from Akira players. But once they open up the possible potential with the Daigo assist, it's going to be nuts.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now the other aspect too about Akira that I've kind of noticed, and again this is gonna play a factor with Kage, is the fact that she doesn't have very good anti-airs. Her anti-airs are a little bit slower. They're not terrible, but they're a little bit slower. But you also, like, if somebody jumps at you at a really short jump arc, for lack of better words, or steep jump arc, you don't entirely have all the tools to be able to combat that. Big EXDP here, gonna close out the first match for Rocky. But again, it's an interesting thing because we're seeing Akira definitely wins in the range. Kage has
Mhm.
very stumpy buttons. But in retrospect, too, if Kage can get a really good, strong jump in, and he gets to kind of play the game.
We might probably end up seeing a Cammy switch.
Yeah, I
A
would.
Cammy switch, potentially interesting.
But
If it's not the Cammy switch, I was just about to say that, like, I feel like personally, that I don't like. I think that running V Trigger 2 is cool. I think it's good, but I think it's best in tandem used with V Skill 2. In my personal opinion, I don't think that taking V Skill 2 into DP characters is the move. the amount of conversions and damage it is that you can get off of having Daigo punish an EXTP or keep characters with strong wake up options in the corner and in block stun, that puts Kage at less of an advantage. It's all about taking your turn back in both situations like that, since they both have very stubby, short normals. You want to keep that pressure on, and you want to make sure that they're second guessing every button they push. And I think Daigo does that a lot more effectively than V Trigger too. But even still, with the Cammy switch, it's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Ooh, nice answer.
Wow, that was good. Use the
Right.
conversion.
Danger
Gets the
spots.
sweep.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the answer with the V reversal. You get that side switch there out of the corner. It's a scary situation again to be in the corner against Kage, but Kage is definitely going to zone you out. Good spiral arrow there. Got an answer.
Oh, that
Oh,
could
tries to
have
go for. Oh, that could have been really bad. Yeah, if he got caught by that, actually.
Holy smokes, that would have been terrible. Oh, hold on.
It's good damage. All of this literally needs one more hit, but it'll probably end up V reversaling or V trigger activating. I mean,
That's it.
oh no, he missed that.
Oh, because of the
From that distance, he
because
could have
of the
swept.
V-trigger. Yeah, but because of the V trigger, that enhanced her spiral arrow, so it actually put her just out of range. Sweep might have worked, but again, I don't know
Leaves
if it would
himself
have been
open for
fast
with
enough.
punish too. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Okay. Throws him in the corner. Oh, tries to go for overhead and gets stuffed. Let's see here. Okay.
That's good
Trigger
throw.
activated.
V trigger activation. He's still trying to keep the pressure on him for now. Good DP. He's gonna try and see if he can keep himself in the driver's seat. He has life leading. He tries to go for it. He actually used that to react, but this is actually going to be huge damage on the side of Kage. One more hit, and he manages to get one shimmy. What will be the finisher? It's the forward heavy punch. Fort Fierce is going to close that one out.
Rocky was
Yeah,
definitely
and this
fishing
one-
for a DP at that point there, but you could tell that they banked it that last hit there.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. The moment Kage gets you in the corner, it's really, you have to be able to take your turn. Oh no! Oh!
Oh, rest in peace.
Oh!
We had to see
man,
it.
not like this. I mean, like this, but not like this.
Yo, we're gonna see. Yo.
Oh, he wasn't quite ready for it.
Nice.
Trying to see if he could find anything that could possibly whiff punish. See if he could try and keep pressure on him, but the jump in was too much. He was recovering from a move already, so it made it worse.
Not only that too, Kage
Unfortunate.
was lacking a lot of resources there. Like, yeah, you have V trigger, but like,
Yeah.
kind of need EX bar for that too, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
I'm
completely
still
understand
hanging
that.
on to that wasted critical art. That broke my heart.
I know.
So playing buttons here.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
with
nice,
neutral.
good whiff.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
DP. What a
no.
reaction on that.
All right. Throws him in the corner.
He's hitting the V trigger activation for Kage, or he just might go for the DP instead.
Nice.
Not gonna find the max damage there. He did it at her jump peak, so it makes it harder. Try to do anything. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Wow.
Nice cross up
not
here
like
from
this.
Madness, but again, another EX wake up DP coming in from Rocky. The man brought out the book because he's got the reads.
Oh yeah. Gotta watch your legs. Again. Okay.
At this distance, it's literally low forward in the spiral.
Rocky
that or
has
she's
to
oh, but she doesn't
mental.
find it. That sucks. Unfortunate. Looking for any sort
Ash
of
point right
opportunity
now from
here.
Madness.
Yeah. Trying to see. Use the EX Fireball there. Cammy sitting on bar though.
Big
Nice.
touch.
Good conversion. Oh, not gonna quite go for that. He's gonna be interrupted during the startup frames. Still looking for an opportunity for it. Fierce to try and
Ooh.
fish for it. Use a standing medium, but it's not going to be enough. Feature activation.
Right.
Oh, nice. He caught him slipping.
Good stuff. Oh.
Big activation here. Interesting utilizing that.
Oh
dash
no.
forward. Oh, caught it
Did even
on.
combo.
Oh, like that? Sometimes you just gotta do it. It's only minus if you think it is.
Oh man. DP? Oh, that's
Oh, it's no,
Oh,
not
no.
like this.
Oh,
Watch it happen in
the
slow
man
motion.
bet it all.
Unfortunate.
The man bet it all on Brett, and that wasn't even on the board. That is so unfortunate, but Madness gonna take it, moving on through the bracket. I think the character switch was a smart one.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
absolutely.
Cammy by far has the tools to answer against a fireball game. Also has the tools to outrange Kage. So again, really smart move there, and obviously made the correct adjustments throughout the matches to take him on throughout the rest of the bracket.
Yeah, and on the other side of winners semi, we've got Del's on Fire and Minu up next on stream. So the winner of that will go to take on Madness in winners finals. And of course, losers finals on the top side, we have Rocky, who just got sent to losers. It's going to play off against Flux Waves, and then Destructive waiting on the other side for the loser of the match that's up on stream next here. So we're moving along in the bracket here tonight.
Yeah, and again, make sure everybody go check out the matcherino if you haven't already. Move on over into that link while we're getting things set up. Matcherino has made it super easy for you guys. All you have to do is click a button in order to donate. And the great thing is it costs you nothing but a finger click. Can't get any simpler than that. And plus you get the support Incendium as well as supporting the players that are competing tonight. So please be sure, go check that out and do it as we're getting into our next match.
All right, so we're going to jump in to this next match. And you know what? Del's on Fire playing Akuma.
What?
See, this is what happens when we let Del's on Fire win a local. He starts doing this stuff. he won the last Street Fighter V local that we had. The first one.
Too much confidence.
Man thinks he can take on the world with anything.
Because he said to me that night, he's like, I'm actually going to try to win here. What does he do? He actually played like a proper...
He wasn't trying before?
It was almost like I was watching an actual Street Fighter player play Street Fighter properly.
Yeah.
Almost.
I'm like, the level of wake-up DPs is down. And it's like the patience of waiting to see what happens is up. But here we go. Wins one tournament, and he's on that Akuma train.
I'm nice. That's Del's on for you.
I think this is a difficult matchup for Ed because, again, if we're talking about characters with every tool in their roster, Kuma definitely fits the bill. And Ed can struggle a little bit, especially if he's outzoned. He has some hand sweeps to it, but it's really, really lackluster in comparison. So Minu is really going to have to play smart and find an opportunity to close the gap. The flicker is a good pressure option, but... Oh.
Yeah, and of course against Delzon too, you know, tons of Ed experience playing against Silver Rupee all the time. So, you know, in terms of character knowledge, like Delzon definitely has it all. So.
DP. Oh, he actually used the toss to make it out. Yeah, and I think that's actually what made Minu do that. He doesn't find good damage or good confirmation of that, but that actually was very smart from Delzon. Because the reason why Minu ran up and did EXDP was because I'm pretty sure he thought that he was going to try and DP out of that with V-Trigger, right? So he ended up just jumping and then just getting out because of that.
Yeah, utilizing the air tatsu as well to kind of give him that little additional float in the air to let the activation kind of cross the rest of the screen, I think is really smart.
I saw that anti-air roundhouse that Delzon was trying to do too, thinking that he's playing green.
Whoa.
It's gonna hurt him.
Unfortunate, missed the parry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's dead.
What a confirm.
Yeah, that's a new conversion. Yeah.
The fact that he missed that parry, I think, was what really set that loss in stone. Big punish there for Minu. And good on him, too, to be able to cast that. But Atsu time, sending things back into the neutral here.
Ooh. Try to throw off the timing with the dive kick there, but just was too far to punish. Good, low forward.
Oh, tries to V-shift, but instead gets hurt.
Yo, one more hit, he could be dead.
That's true.
Oh, he actually was...
Oh!
Steady medium kick, no confirm.
Right,
Has to go for it.
Activation
Nice,
time.
goes
Going
for
in
the
with
throw.
a big throw. Gotta.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, this is what this
No,
V
it's not
trigger
like
does.
this.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I can't believe I whiffed. Oh,
Oh.
no.
Too
What?
far.
Missing
What is
off of
this?
it.
What's happening?
I knew
Oh,
it.
DP?
Oh, I thought it was gonna
Oh.
be,
not even
I thought it
that.
was gonna be demon. I was like, he's fishing for demon. He's fishing for demon. He's gonna
I'm
do
surprised he
it.
did it. Knowing him, I'm actually surprised he didn't do demon.
The second I saw the full CA and I was like, oh, he's gonna be full V trigger soon. It's like, it's gonna be a demon.
This guy.
I'm surprised he didn't do it at that exact spot. He just went for super instead, which is
Ah.
probably the smarter move.
This guy's like,
Smart
all right,
enough to
I got
give Dells-
one game in.
Yeah. Gonna switch.
The worst thing is like if he won it with that, I would definitely be hearing about it in my ear tomorrow night at locals.
Dude, he'd be tweeting about it right now.
You guys are making him sound like an Alex player out here.
Whoa, hey now.
All
Hey
the-
now.
all the
I
highlights, all
I
the
used to play
highlights.
Alex before that. Hey, come on now. I used to play Alex
Okay, how
before
many
that.
highlights?
How many highlights? All of them. All of them starting with forward heavy punch. Literally all
All
of
right,
them.
all right, all right.
All of my highlights began with forward heavy punch. Forward
You know,
fierce.
the
This is all I
funniest
needed.
thing, one of the best highlights in Incendium history is Delzon fighting an Alex player.
Like actually.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
That sounds like a very crazy match because Alex players don't like to block. I know because I am one. So I imagine he's trying to do everything he can to get out of that situation. Especially fighting against Ryu.
The TLDR review of that clip is he literally had no health left, and Alex didn't get the kill. The guy wake up uppercuts into super and then runs off to get his Uber Eats order.
No.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, I
If
confirmed.
it says
Jesus.
anything about Delzon in that clip, the dude got on TV because of it. Put it that way. Oh
No,
no!
I didn't.
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
Oh.
Okay,
we're
he's
gonna need
messing
to
around. He's messing
see
around.
that clip later.
Delzon doing Delzon things.
I mean,
No.
it wouldn't be Delzon without him slipping up like that once in a while.
Oh yeah, of course.
Seems like no.
Okay. Oh!
Oh nice. Gets a hit, yeah. That's a huge confirm too, actually.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, backing up
Oh.
a little bit here. Nice
Good
air to
air.
air. Big throw. Oh, the
Uh-oh.
crush.
No DP.
You gotta be. Yeah, you gotta be careful. One hit could do it if you're Manu right now. Okay, maybe 2 hits. Maybe 3.
Who knows? Maybe it's Super Chip. Maybe it's
That's
Maybelline.
true.
Oh my
No
goodness,
beat.
not again.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh.
Oh, he thought he was gonna DP there. Yeah, to be honest with you, I thought he was gonna do the same thing. I thought he was about to DP as well. Because he
Oh,
did medium and then just
no.
waited.
Classic Delzon.
He was ready for it.
My man loves
Absolutely
to.
ready for it.
Yeah, always. Guys, like, let me freeze the time and I guess I'm a JoJo's character. Thinks he's doing Oh, where are you
Oh, shit,
reaching,
yeah.
bro?
Be careful.
Oh,
Oh, good
gotta be careful. 1 hit
confirm.
from stun.
Flicker.
Oh,
Oh.
nice jump out of the corner.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn!
That has happened that's happened 3 times in the same set. Where he's run up and EXDP'd because he got scared that he was gonna throw. That's happened literally 3 times this same set.
It's like he dashes up to you and he's like, "Come on, I'm not gonna hurt you, bud." And just like all of a sudden you get like an EX fist to your face. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Oh, what is this?
Are we gonna
Uh-oh.
see
Are we
Ryu?
seeing the Ryu?
Is it the Ryu? Is the Ryu
I
swap?
want to see the Ryu.
I'm
I
almost
wanna
pretty,
see the Ryu.
I'm almost certain it won't be a Ryu. Just knowing
Oh.
Delzon.
What else could it be?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, they want a Ryu? Ha. As if.
Oh, you know what? It could be Cammy. He does play Cammy as well too. Is it
Oh, true.
competent?
You're right.
I cannot comment on if it's competent or not. But
In
I
your
know he does
professional
play
opinion,
Cammy.
is it comp? he went back to
Oh,
Wii
he
U.
did.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Okay. It is Ryu.
Let's
Let's
go!
Okay,
Let's go!
Boo.
I'm the only one
Hey,
excited for this.
At least
I
he didn't
love
use
this
Nagarami's
gen.
color.
Well, I mean, there's
That's
$14.
This
to
is easily my
Matcherino,
favorite Ryu
so-
costume, so I love seeing it.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna take that Matcherino money and he's gonna buy himself dinner and he's gonna eat it in front of us tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna have to see that in the locals tomorrow. You're right.
I love the
Fireball
Ryu
everywhere.
degeneracy.
Doesn't really seem too much of a like degenerate character, but I mean, it's crazy what you can do
He
when
makes
you put
it.
your mind to it.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say when you put your mind to it.
If Dells is one thing, it is creative in that sense. Small punish here, the miss uppercut. Psycho uppercut.
Yeah, he was waiting for that.
Oh,
nice.
that's a jump. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That was very. That was well played. We're waiting to see if he was gonna go for the flicker punch, and then obviously just doing. Oh, he started off with forward. He started off with solar plexus punch immediately.
All up in the ribcage.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Try to use a V
Just
chip gonna be a big
wait.
punish.
Good tech.
He's so spot on with the frame trap there, man. Using the overhead
Nice.
to kill the frames. Oh wow.
I actually liked how he used that too. He ends up getting thrown out of it, but I like him like using his walk speed instead to push him out instead of the dash, so he doesn't have the chance to actually challenge that.
Yep. Oh,
that's
tough.
happening. Yeah,
Yep.
the classic.
Dells gonna
Alright.
take it.
Okay.
Dells, yeah, pulling it together. Dells the type of guy like he'll take you on a really nice date, and then at the end he'll take you to Burger King. You can never tell what he's gonna do. Like some days it's like some
Unpredictable.
days he does like pulls up the most galactic brain moves and galactic brain plays, and then like not 2 seconds later, just like, what were you thinking, man? It's like three dash up 3 times and throw the guy. Tells I definitely do Wendy's with nuggets.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
if it looks
a
dumb-
Wendy's guy.
Oh yeah.
So
If
we
it
got-
looks dumb but it works, then it ain't dumb.
it's genius. It's genius. It's
Yeah,
absolutely-
you're right.
You literally
You're
just
right.
have to remember.
Unmodified
I
genius.
mean, you're entirely right. You literally just have to remember it is literally only minus if you believe it to be. That's the motto. The
That's
move
the
is
quote-
only
that's the
minus
quote
if
of
you
the week.
believe it to be minus. If you believe it to be minus.
And
Just
the
don't believe
Tatsu
it's
is only
minus, just
random
do it.
If the Tatsu's only random if you're platinum and under, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna have Delzon up next again versus Madness, and
Yeah,
this is
it's
gonna be a
winners
winners
finals.
finals
Mhm.
match.
So it's 3
Yeah,
out of
so-
5.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're actually we have predictions going up on here too. So if you got some channel points, be sure to use up some of those and wager in and see who you think's gonna win and get into grand finals.
But you know what? Going to that comment about taking someone out on a really nice date and then going to Burger King after. Funny story. I kind of did that to my fiance when we first started dating. Cause like I took her to the beach and then like we went and got ice cream together and you know we went to watch fireworks. But then I took her to a really bunk ass like at the time because I had no taste in food. I took her to like a chain restaurant and it was like. And I hear it all the time from her. She's like, I can't believe you did that to me. I took her to a Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza of all places. Oh no.
Not like this. Rest in peace.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
Imagine it like Friday. I don't know if you guys have Boston. You guys have Boston Pizza there. How is it over there? I doubt it's probably much better than what we have here.
I don't actually have Boston pizza down here. We don't have anything
I
like
think
that. down here,
Boston
actually.
Pizza is a Canadian thing. I'm pretty sure.
I think
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
Canadian.
It's definitely not here.
It's
Well, to give you a
ironic that it's called
comparison
Boston
to-
Pizza, but it's Canadian.
Is it like Pizza Hut?
I don't know because Pizza Hut's pizza, I guess to some people is actually serviceable.
I'd like to say
Imagine
it's
like,
mediocre at best.
if you've had food at like
Classier than pizza.
Fridays. Imagine Fridays, but like a lot worse.
Oh
quality.
no, yeah, it's definitely worse than Fridays.
Are we talking? Wait, hold up. Shout out to my man Saint Cola. Are we talking Applebee's?
No. You killed me for that. Oh no, not the Applebee's. Yo. All right, so we got these two. They're just kind of slugging right now.
That's what both of these characters can do. They both have very good buttons, so it's obviously going to be a situation where you found yourself slugging it out a lot of the time. Both of them very good buttons, very good pressure. Both of them using standing medium in a way that is really annoying, frustrating. Wow, what? I don't know if he reacted to that, but that was sick. That was so well placed and good parry.
Nice.
You gotta be careful though, because this could go either way here. Nice. I want to make a note, by the way, in the prediction poll. Outside of me, Delzon put all his points on himself. he put like 5.7k points.
This guy. Oh my goodness.
That is too funny.
Nice punish there.
Oh, good parry.
That parry.
It's the second time that's happened. Those it's good reactions. It's like literally the second time that's happened where he parried Cannon Spike and it worked out that way.
Yeah.
Overall, well done by him.
Yeah.
Very well played. Very well played. I'm interested to see how the adaptation from Cammy is gonna have to be. I think that Delzon's doing a good job at making Madness play at his pace, but I have yet to see Cammy actually start things on her own. Maybe this knockdown will be the difference here. Oh, but he's just out?
Yeah, utilizes the Tatsu to get out of pretty much. I think the big danger factor here too is utilizing that parry. I mean, that makes it really dangerous if Cammy tries to go in with with a spiral arrow or maybe even a oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on it. Not the other one. Yeah, Cannon Spike. There we go.
Cannon Spike.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, it's one of them.
Let's see. Still looking for an opportunity. Just fishing for buttons right now. Both of these all got. Oh my goodness.
Big activation.
Still fighting the damage as well. That should be death. Yep.
Nice.
EX. Nice.
Just
good combo.
Enough.
Oh man, it's a great confirmation. Somebody in the chat said McDonald's pizza, and that's terrible.
Had pizza?
They did, and
They did, yeah.
Why would you?
If you're old
why
enough,
would you remind me of that?
I'm not suggesting that I am old enough to remember, but McDonald's definitely had pizza. And,
They also had spaghetti too.
And it was it was terrible.
It was actually the worst thing ever. Because I'm not
Is it
even.
You got to wait so long too.
Oh man.
I don't know if it was like I never had it myself, but like I don't think it was like Lunchables quality. But I do remember like people that ordered it, they were complaining that like they were waiting like 20 to 30 minutes at McDonald's for the food to get cooked.
What a
Because
surprise!
it's not pizza
Speaking-
place.
It takes 20 minutes to cook a pizza. Who would have thought?
I was gonna say, speaking of cooking here with Dell's on fire, break on the throw, but finally out of the corner, activation time for Madness.
Oh
Ooh.
my
Calm down.
Didn't I say?
Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. He
Galactic
dropped
Brain
it.
play, and then immediately drops it.
And he's dead.
Oh, he's dead for that. He's dead.
Oh, no, like this
That was
down.
actually one of the.
Wait,
That was
Delzon
actually one of the funniest things
definitely
ever to
getting
see.
taken to Burger King right now.
Yeah.
He's like, look at
Yeah.
this, look at
Oh
this
my
fancy.
gosh.
I'm gonna take you out to the theme park and take you on all the fancy rides, and then we're gonna go to Burger King after and get nuggets.
Paying for that like VIP Disney World pass just to take you to Burger King afterwards.
He spent it. He spent all his cool points on the parry.
That's wild. I love how all of us collectively were like, oh, like after he dropped the combo. just as
There was
one single
there was a
collective.
sound clip to define Delzon. It's exactly that sound.
Oh,
Oh my
not
God.
like this.
Oh, interesting punish there with a fireball on the LNT. Going in with the V skill now. Small jump on, nothing good off of
shimmy.
it.
Wow, again. Oh my goodness, he almost got his head taken off for that.
Cammy is the queen of shimmies.
She is.
Oh, try to go for the solar.
Oh, fake cross up too.
Oh,
Oh, that's huge.
pressure.
Good V reversal.
Again, great use of the V reversal out of the corner. Oh, back throw.
There's a cannon spot. There's something. Yeah, I was like, it's low forward in the spiral arrow. Yep,
This is when
exactly.
He's
He's going to be fishing for that.
Careful. Yeah.
What did he try and do? Did he try and parry that? Because he
don't
got
know.
counter hit. I wonder what he was trying to. Oh!
Oh, okay.
That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to use low forward. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to use low forward in the EX Tatsu.
He had
That
to.
makes so much
There was
sense.
no way for him to throw a projectile because like she would have.
You're right, yeah.
Next drill.
But
You're right.
in respect too, with the activation for the V trigger, she'd have to be really, really careful about her approach because, again, going in with the low forward or potentially parrying, maybe spiral arrow, or cannon spike, which we've already seen him punish twice now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Very nice.
Okay, they're grabbed.
Good throw.
+2. Ridiculous.
Makes it
Oh,
go.
I do respect
that was.
neutral jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's
I do
unfortunate.
too. I was just about to say the idea was really, really good to be able to neutral jump like that and then try and see if you can find a punish. That was well played.
Yeah. All right. Wait there. Patience.
So good. Yeah, everyone's just playing neutral now. Just looking for opportunities to whip punish, looking for opportunities to keep pressure on them. Nice, good hit.
Oh wow.
Nice, get the hit.
Hey.
Oh. I mean, that's not necessarily the worst thing. Wow, that reached? Okay, I was like, there's no way she gets a combo off of that.
Okay, good V reversal there. Just get her off it. Smart.
Oh, huge cash out on the Grey Health as well. Tries to go for the parry, but doesn't quite find it.
oh, throwing out the sweep.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Excuse me.
Oh, good interrupt. Yeah.
Reed,
One hit.
one hit could do it.
One hit could do it actually on either side. Oh!
Yeah.
He manages to
One
get the
hit did
standing
do it
medium.
indeed.
You're right. You are
One
correct.
hit
The
done-
standing medium
done did it.
done did it. He done did the thing. Standing fierce, not standing fierce, excuse me. Standing medium, standing strong was enough to close out that game. My goodness, man.
Yeah.
And they still
got
have
one more
another match to
go.
play. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And while we're waiting for Madness and Dells to go into it again, please be sure to go check out the matcherino. You can also complete sponsorship quests on the left-hand side. I saw who was it? Honda? Is it Honda? Hunda. Okay, yeah, I saw Hunda running it through. His name coming up, running those sponsorship quests. So make sure, you guys, if you already utilize the code, you can also do the sponsorship quest. It doesn't cost you anything. You literally just click some links, follow some pages. Super, super easy to do.
Yeah. That's it.
So we got plenty of time as well to be able to make sure that you guys can obviously throw out your support in the match arena right there.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting match too, because I've been seeing them like obviously like play neutral back and forth, but more than anything, it's just been like Delzon keeping the ball in his court, keeping the momentum there, and Madness sort of just like trying to find his own way forward.
And
Good
you
whiff
know what,
punish
for the
there.
most part, compared to Delzon's usual play, like he's playing much more reserved and much more steady than he used to. Because I know the last tournament he said
Ooh.
that he played, and he said, "Hey, I want to slow it down. I want to kind of just like try to play proper, not do as much crazy stuff." And yeah, I feel like overall, like he's still playing that story. So.
Nice, good reversal.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he tried to go forward.
Not enough
Oh.
yet, though. This man did crouch.
Okay, nice
What?
punish
Oh
there.
wow.
Going-
Wake up, crouch, fear. Oh no, this is what happened. That did mental damage. Oh, okay, good. He got the
Oh.
anti-air.
Right on the
big
throat.
Good thing that Cammy got the
Tom,
anti-air.
Wake up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That definitely did mental damage. You saw how he got thrown twice back in a row? Like back to back? Yeah, that'd be me. If I got hit, wake up fierce in the DP, I would have been like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Can I tear?
Nice.
Oh, answers back with 1-2.
Oh,
man.
good sweep, fam.
Oh, I think he wants to do the guard crush.
The guard break, yeah.
Yeah. Hesitated.
I think it's too far away.
Yes, be careful with that projectile though. Could be buffering that super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was supposed to be
What
fireball.
was? Yeah, misinput there. Really unfortunate activation time here for Madness.
Oh,
Spends the meter.
my goodness.
Even synced out.
Tied up 2-2 now.
Yeah.
The saddest part about this is that if Duzon does lose, he loses all of his channel points now.
Me too.
He did put in a lot.
Like, oh, no more channel points, man.
What do you say to yourself? You bet on yourself and you lost.
Well, you lost.
There's
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
to
That's
blame
that's.
but
Oh
yourself.
no, you didn't have to frame it like that. That sounds way worse than what I just said. That sounds way more awful. When you put it like that, that sounds terrible.
Oh no. But he
Oh,
just
not
like,
this.
damn it.
Oh.
Damn, you bet on yourself and lost. No. Oh, good interval.
Okay, this guy's been
like
watching
the
a
use
little
of
bit
that.
too many like Daigo archives of like Street Fighter 4 doing crouch fierce to like punish.
I mean, hey, but it's working.
Seeing that activation again from Madness here, but nice catch from Delta.
Wow.
Again, hitting him with the low too.
CX. It's back. Good. Back roundhouse. Oh, I don't know if that was fireball, if he didn't do DP, but he definitely reacted to that V skill. Good DP, and that right at least is able to at least cause the anti-air. There's one more hit necessary. Oh, he goes for the mix that time, and V shifts his way out.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, whoa, what?
one
The
just
man
jumping
trying
back.
to the chase down.
Yeah,
Glad you got to here.
I'm gonna keep spin knuckling you as much as I can.
Yeah.
Even with Cammy's mobility, I do think she struggles a little bit with a chase down in that kind of regard. Okay. I was gonna compliment Dulce. I was gonna compliment him, and then he'd throw out sweep like that.
Oh my
But
gosh.
remember, oh no, he's awakening. Who let the cage open? It's happening. He was okay. He was being fine. Everything was going smooth.
Oh, it's not
Sitting
looking
on so
good.
much meter.
Madness is just
Yes.
mashing a lot of
Oh.
buttons though too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't really give him a chance to breathe.
No.
yeah,
All right, anybody's game right now.
literally, yeah.
Marbles.
It just depends. Oh, this is fear in both of them right now. Neither of them want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
hit. It leads to such a big conversion too, and good shimmy. Manages to at least get some better corner positioning. Not fully in the corner yet, but is able to challenge it. Tatsu to get out. Now he's gonna try and stay back. Got low forward.
Again, two Dells.
Oh,
kind of
got the
in
counter hit.
the
There you
benefit
go.
here with so much meter to sit on. Yep,
Big
there's
damage.
the confirmation. Oh yeah, it's gonna get
Oh,
huge
no.
life lead off this.
Oh, did this second time? Yes, he
Okay.
confirms it
Calm
that
down.
time.
Calm down. Calm down. It's not over yet.
It's not.
Oh, he wants to
counter
parry.
hit.
He wants to parry.
Oh, not like this.
Gotta
Oh,
be careful.
oh, she messed up the
Oh.
cannon spike.
What the?
And it hit him at his peak when she used EX. Is he
Oh
dead?
my-
No, he didn't use EX.
Oh.
And he died to it.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
my goodness.
You win.
He didn't use EX. I don't think he realized that he had just
Dude, he
a
did
little
not
bit
know.
over meter. He didn't know he would have killed him.
Have you ever?
And then he, oh no. Rest in
Damn.
peace.
How many points was that? Like 12K points on Delta?
Yeah. See, this is when you go on a
I
chat and you
get
say easy.
Have you ever seen a bank robbery? Like that was literally
Oh.
Fast and the Furious 9.
That's so crazy.
Oh my god. Dell's about to be a special guest character for it. Also, Dells, thanks for getting me all those channel points.
Hey.
I intentionally outbid him too. Can't one up me.
Oh man.
So,
Bro, the way you be doing like that robbery, man, you should be playing Soul and Guilty Gear Strive, man. Holy smokes.
don't encourage him.
Hey, man. Embrace the inner demon in him.
But next
All right,
up, we
so,
got loser,
yeah,
with loser semi, we got Fluxways versus Destructive. So this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, this should be a really good match.
Yeah,
This one
that sounds
should
really
be a
good.
big banger.
Are we gonna get an Akira mirror?
I hope
Destructive was playing Oro the other day when I know because he was playing with was it Marine? I think they were playing on stream and he was rocking with Oro for quite a bit. So I don't know, maybe he might, or maybe he might just play Urian. We'll have to see.
I want to see the Oro. Give me the turtle.
I would love to see Oro, to be honest with you. I really would.
Well, I mean, the two default characters are Akira and Oro that I'm seeing on the screen here. So you may get your
Oh,
wish.
okay.
I definitely, would like to take some notes.
Yeah.
Battle of the DLCs for sure. It was very interesting to be able to see this happen.
I waited all summer to play Oro.
I waited all summer to play Akira, and now here we are. It
And
is in
here
a situation.
I have to wait till November.
Oh yeah, to play
Aw.
Luke. Yeah.
Oh
rest in
yeah,
peace.
that's right.
You had to play
And
Luke.
here's the kicker. I haven't had to wait because I didn't think I would play either of them.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, the
That's
gill!
fair.
I forgot Destructive has a gill.
Oh.
I actually think this is not a good matchup for Akira. Actually.
Better break out that notebook. Oh, that was weird.
Oh.
Oh, that was weird.
Uh
Okay.
I'm
Good.
oh.
What a way to start. Oh, man. I actually think this is actually not a good matchup for Akira at all. I think this
Not at
actually
all.
might be a matchup that, I think this is a matchup
Yeah,
that
this is real.
he
This
has
is real.
no
This is
wins.
real.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he missed
Oh,
it. It's so hard to get
again.
that. There's so much verticality on that DP. Like, you really have to time and space it perfectly to be able to hit that. Because it's
I think-
exclusively.
I think in that situation, V skill 2 might probably be better because you still do get the aerial launch.
Yes. And you get huge damage off of it. That's why I typically say that I like to run. Oh, good parry.
That's that. That's that.
Yeah, that's absolutely death. That's why I typically
wanna
say
talk
I like to
about-
run V-Skill too.
Go ahead. What were
Yeah.
you saying,
I
Flag?
Yeah,
I was just saying, I want to talk about the fact that the utilization again of the V scale one where you get that powered up fireball is so paramount when you're in the corner or when you put your opponent in the corner. We just saw that play out there. Literally couldn't even hit a button. You really gotta hold that, and you have to have patience in this matchup. So I gotta commend Destructive there, being able to close things out after being stuck in the corner for that long.
Yeah.
Still looking for it. Nice, good EX. Carries it to the corner. Good whiff punish. Doesn't quite find it. It goes for the shimmy. That's going to be it for this round. Very well done. The destructive waves. Or flux waves.
Flux.
Yeah, I called it destructive wave because of Piccolo.
Destructive.
Yeah, I was thinking about Piccolo for some reason.
Yo. Oh, he was fishing for a shimmy there.
God,
Just too far.
Yeah, it was too far away. Like Gil outranges a lot of her buttons, which is actually what I was about to say. I think that it's so hard for her to contest with that. She can counter poke a lot, but how long his buttons are means that it's harder for her to get a lot of easier conversions against the majority of the other characters.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Oh,
That did
he doesn't have the
so
optimal.
much damage.
yeah, he doesn't. We'll be able to quite find it. It'll be good damage though.
Yeah.
Nice. Good
Could
attack.
potentially
Oh,
go
literally
for
hit.
the
I was about to
shift,
say.
though.
That's good. That's good.
Oh wait, see,
Super?
wait,
Super?
oh, see,
There it
yeah,
is, yeah.
he's dead. Oh my
Oh.
goodness, what a jump in!
That
Wow.
sucks. If
It
Destructive
does,
had
yeah.
the optimal combo or the corner combo there, he would have actually been able to kill Flux earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was
Unfortunate.
unfortunate there.
Yeah.
But well played by Fluxoid there, especially you mentioned with the jump in. I think that was really, really smart, and utilizing it at the last second to be able to get the CA.
Absolutely,
optimal.
absolutely. Nice. Oh, blocks the DP.
Oh no!
We're trying
too
the
far.
combo. Too far
Not
away,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that won't work like that. You have to do crouch fierce for that one.
All it takes is literally one hit into.
Dude,
Oh,
he got
no.
hit.
Get away from my sister.
Smart, very smart V.
Nice. Good combo.
Yep,
so
that
far.
crouch and four are strong. Buff.
Good
Nice
DP.
answer. Ooh, big crush.
Nice. Nice. That is a very good meaty setup and goes for the stun as well. That's actually so well spaced. That's so sick that he actually used that variant too. It actually puts you at the perfect, I think at the very tipper range of low forward. You're able to get her wrecker off of that. It's
Oh,
so,
big jump in.
No way.
Oh no. That's a punish. Oh no.
Yeah, look like maybe mispair or something? I'm not sure. Yeah, and big damage here, stuck in the corner, going with the throw. One hit
Oh,
away
that's
from
just- that's
stun,
fun.
it'll do it.
Yeah, we're getting a character switch.
Into DP.
Well, this...
Oh.
Leg?
Unless...
Oh.
Oh,
Well, oh, okay.
Smash
Well,
and jab.
Ah,
There's
There we
the
go.
semi though, so it's only 2 out of 3. So Flux takes it.
yeah.
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 Yeah, that's
Moves
right.
on.
Yeah.
It's my girl. We love to see it. Literally. Like, it's sick. Now, I literally, out of all the times I would have imagined rival schools, I never would have imagined I would have seen it again in like ever. Like since way
Dude,
back.
I'm surprised that they even remembered the game. To be honest with you.
That's
really am.
I was losing my mind when I saw that they actually was gonna put Akira in the game. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. But
I
you know,
mean,
she's
They did
here.
a lot of stuff that we didn't believe. They gave Sakura a glow up.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did
Right?
fix her face.
Oh,
Her face, yeah, her face.
Yeah.
One day, Ken. One day.
poor
One day,
cat.
kid. It's okay. Poor kid, man.
Luke
And
will
they
probably
basically
get.
just stuck...
What were you gonna say?
Pasa?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say they basically just stuck a pair of googly eyes on a banana, on a bundle of bananas.
On a banana.
That's Ken in a nutshell. And maybe scribble in some Sharpie eyebrows, but I mean, to see look at the difference in these photos. There isn't one.
Rest in peace, man.
It's one of those find
The
find
boy
the
can't.
difference.
Yeah.
What do you mean? This
gosh.
is the same picture.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, so Fluxways is going to take on Matt Ness in losers final here.
Be sure to use up those channel points and wager in. See who you think is gonna make it into grand finals.
We got the Akira again. So fun. Going to be real happy to see that.
Absolutely. Like literally. Like I can't get enough of this character.
I imagine this match, just based on like how this looks on paper, doesn't look like it's fun for Akira.
No,
yeah.
not at all.
Absolutely not.
I would say the same thing. She only has a few buttons it is that she can confirm from, but like some of her strongest buttons aren't the ones she can confirm from all the time. So nice, good shimmy. Oh, he's using yes, he's using V skill 2. Perfect. It gives so much damage and it gives you such a strong knockdown that it's important to have. He's running the combo too. I think this is so important against DP characters. I think this is like literally the best combo. Oh,
He
mix
heard
up.
you. Oh!
Oh, nice. There it is. There it is. He can kill. She's dead.
Hey, let's go!
This is my girl. I love her so much. This is exactly what you need. I love to see it, man. I think this is such a good combo against DP characters, man. It really does force them to have to wait.
Yeah.
Like you saw what Madness did. Like the minute that Daigo came out, he DP'd. Like, because it's so much pressure you have to take and deal with.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. Every time Daigo's on the screen, I get stressed out.
Yeah, he's a very stressful character to see. It's a 2v1. It's not fair to fight, honestly. nice, good DP as well. Being able to catch that.
Ooh, trade. Again, trying to see Madness do a little bit of the chase down. Fluxus has the advantage here, but
Oh, you can't hit him! Get off my little sister.
Damn. Madness right now. Looking a little troublesome for him at the moment.
yeah.
Really having a hard time dealing with the Daigo V-trigger there.
It's genuinely hard to deal with because she can get a very ambiguous mix-up by crossing up, by like jumping over. She can get the overhead and still find the confirm with V skill 2. Like it's scary. There's a lot you have to take with that V skill, and the V skill and the V trigger, like both of them used in tandem, create such a strong opportunity for Akira.
Oh, nice.
Good DP.
All right, good bust out.
Ooh, one hit
nice.
away from stun.
Ooh!
Good cross undo.
Side! Wow. Damn,
I'm
that
on the
was-
low.
Yeah.
Let's see so far. Madness looking good.
Oh, I don't think he knows that it's supposed to be crouching jab off of that.
Yeah.
The medium elbow.
Yeah, you were plus
the
3
other-
after that that elbow. Oh, go ahead, Fluxus.
Oh, to say, I think the other difficult thing too here though, Cammy does have better stun, but she also has less health in this scenario. And Akira can put out some decent damage, so you really have to be careful if you're Cammy in this situation because you don't have that extra cushion to rely on. Alright, Madness tying things up.
Yeah, that double sweep is extremely minus, like very minus. I believe it's minus 12.
Yeah.
The low sweep is. So it's actually like if you commit to that second low sweep, you typically can just wade the tide though of Akira's onslaught if she ever tries to go for that again. It is pretty easy and reactable to sort of see when you're using that low sweep. Oh, nice, good crush. Nice. Okay, he got it. He got the link.
Nice reversal. We're seeing that utilized a lot when Madness is stuck in the corner.
Nice. Oh, good TP.
Good DP on reaction.
Put him in the corner. Oh, they want it. Look like they wanted to do DP there. Bro, I can't wait to start seeing people
Oh,
like
the
whip
shimmy.
punishing or V skill 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
good TP, good EX. Oh, probably thought that he was gonna cross up. Very well done from Fluxways.
Oh, he tried to shimmy him.
Oh no, this is gonna be big punish here.
Still going for the confirm as well. Gonna find it. Nice. Stand strong.
Going in with the big throw here. Keeping the corner pressure going. Again,
Oh, good
great,
jump
very
back.
normal buttons here.
That was some pretty decent damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so watch out though. Yeah, both have V-trigger.
Yeah. Literally one hit into V-trigger.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say into V-trigger confirm. It's scary.
Ooh,
Oh,
the
that's
cross
it.
up. This is gonna do it.
Yeah, that cleans things up very nicely. Puts a nice little bow on it.
You have to be so
Tied.
quick
This is
with that
losers.
reaction. Yeah, you have to be so quick with that reaction too when Cammy activates, so she goes for a cannon spike. Or even a spiral arrow, because it lands on the other side, she can really catch up in a tricky cross-up situation. And with a big throw here, Madness kind of keeping his space.
I'm also looking for better opportunities. Another hit. Yeah, there it is. And now Daigo's in the mix. You're fighting a 2v1 now, Cammy. She's not alone anymore. First hit is going to be a confirmation. EX. Nice.
All right.
Cross up.
Time to.
Oh, he goes for the low
Yeah.
instead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. That was actually
like
very
that.
that was so smart. Yeah, that was so smart to use that V reversal. Cammy has one of those V reversals where she can do that and be able to be safe away from Daigo.
Absolutely.
Nice, finds the hit. Good confirm. Good damage.
Yep. Right here. Break on the throw. Looks like trying to find his way out. Oh, misses! The X elbow. That's unfortunate. Madness is gonna get a good punish off of that.
That is really unfortunate.
Oh man, that
Madness.
is interesting.
Yeah. Got one more to go to make it back into grand finals. They have the run back against Bells on Fire. But I don't think Flexois is necessarily playing poorly. I think he just needs to make a few adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah, the matches don't feel like too far away from each other. It's just a matter of adapting to Madness's playstyle right now.
Absolutely. And it's hard to lock down Cammy too.
Yeah. Nice, good DP.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Punish?
huge.
Oh, it should be a big punish.
Nice.
Activation.
Yes,
Again.
again. Still playing neutral here.
Oh, there's.
I
Oh,
tried to go for cannon spike.
like the use of that roundhouse there.
Mhm.
And a little bit of
Oh,
pressure
nice.
here.
Nice.
But Madness still has the V trigger for activation.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
just not enough.
That was
Standing
so
light kick.
smart. Just use a standing light kick. Make Cammy come to you there. You don't have to do anything. Just chill.
This vibe.
Exactly. Oh, there again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that button is good. Like I don't see people using it like that, but like I think like a couple more days and people are gonna start realizing like that button's very good. Like she
It
can
is.
confirm it to a lot of stuff, get like she can confirm it to a lot of stuff, get a lot of knockdowns or at least plus frames off of it, and it really benefits her. Oh, she tried to go for the mix-up. She tried to go for the ambiguous. Oh man, just to catch
still
her.
lands it though.
Nice,
Good
good
whip
punish
punish.
dash. Yeah, she's
Ooh,
stunned.
nice
Back
punishing
there.
again on the activation. Yep. Alright, Fluxway's evening things up right here. That was a beautiful punish. Really cleaning things up. The only downside, and I think this is where Madness is kind of taking advantage, is having that answer against the V trigger. Utilizing the V reversal there has been, I think, key in these moments that could really put it in Fluxway's advantage.
Nice. Yep. Exactly what she should be doing at that distance. It catches so many people off guard. Such a great way to use your plus frames as well. Nice. Good EXDP to try and get coming off of you. A good DP again to react to it. Daigo's in the mix now, though.
Gotta be careful here, and especially when you have V-Trigger activated, you don't get that get out of jail free card.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she tried. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, she was trying to go for a setup there. But Daigo whiffed. Oh, didn't quite go for any sort of punish there. Nice, he's playing back. Yes, he's making her come to him. Oh, no. Okay, that might be too much.
Big punish
Okay,
there.
all right.
I don't know. Was that? That's hard because I don't know if that was necessarily a misinput. It's just a bit unfortunate here, and they just gonna put Madness at match point. Potential chance to make it back into grand finals.
I do like what he was doing, though. I don't think that was, like, the correct move. I think it was just the wrong execution to use that DP like that.
Oh, he tried to go for dive kick there, but messed up the input. Again.
Went for it again.
Oh,
Walks back,
nice
nice, good
Oh,
whip.
missed
whip.
the throw.
Oh, that last hit whiffs, yeah. It's a high. Last hit will whiff. Good V reversal. Still just they're just playing neutral. They're just waiting, trying to find opportunity. Good V
Nice.
reversal once again. I like that, to be able to try not only deny her plus frames, but make sure that he can cash out on that gray health damage.
Oh, you caught
Sure
him.
can do some mischief. Nice. Oh wow, he challenged. Nice.
Oh, EX. Oh, he grabbed him out.
Take
Oh,
the
nice.
throw.
Holy.
He got out of that. That was scary. He could have either went for medium or he could have went for EX, and I think it still would have been fine. A target combo.
Nope.
Oh, there we go. Good DP.
Oh, nice answer there to the cannon spike again. Seeing that really come on point in TP, especially with the kind of angle it is and how far the hits are. All right, jump away from throw.
Nice. It's a conversion. Just to get the corner carry. Gets the throw. Has another bar up EX, so he can make it useful. There's the hit. Walks back. Just walking back. He's walking out of a lot of her pressure.
Very impressive. right
Ambiguous. Nice,
Oh,
yeah.
he got it.
Oh, but he pushed him out of Daigo.
That's
Oh,
okay.
he still gets it though with the counter hit. He pushed him out of Daigo. He was trying to see if he could get that overhead and have Daigo hit him, but it just ended up whiffing. The overhead ended up pushing him out too far. Man, oh man.
What a match. So,
Yeah.
Alright.
unfortunately, Madness not going to get the run back against Del's on Fire, but now we're going to get Akira versus Ryu, depending
Yeah.
on how Delzon
Possibly.
likes to play with his extra 3 lives that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if we're gonna see him whip out the Akuma again, just because it is Grand Finals, and you know he does have that little extra buffer. It'll be
I
interesting
have-
to see.
I have- Yeah, I have a feeling that he might not. I think Delzon. I think just based on what he said to me last week, like he wants to win. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes straight to Ryu.
It's to Ryu, right? Yeah.
And this is a chance to build that matchup knowledge as well, right? So
Yeah,
That is true. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I think Fluxways has only been playing Akira like the entire tournament today. I don't think he has played anyone else but her.
yeah, I believe you're correct. It'll be interesting to see too, because Akira's such a new character. You really haven't had the opportunity, unless you don't sleep and all you do is play Street Fighter, which I wouldn't recommend. But you know, you make sure to drink water.
Absolutely.
But you don't always have the opportunity to really map out some of those situations. Especially, it's like, okay, if I'm stuck, you know, eating a lot of Ryu's fireballs, how do I answer that? And so on and so forth. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Fluxways can combat against Zel's on Fire's Ryu, which we all know, a little silly, but a lot of strong. And also, what's strong is checking out that matcherino again. Coming to the end of the night. Make sure you guys go check it out. Utilize those coupon codes. There's still a lot left to use, and you can also complete sponsorship quests on the right-hand side. Let's get into this match.
Yeah, this is the matchup for the most part. You're gonna want to keep Akira out because once she gets in, this is where it becomes dangerous. I wonder if he knows about the last hit of that command string, like that target combo. You can hit forward fierce again, and it'll get you a knockdown instead. You ending it right there. Oh yeah, definitely be careful. Reversal, gotta respect it. Nice. Plus frames, nice. It shows checks him out of it.
Nice jump in
Nice.
there. Really well timed. Over the slower fireball. All right.
Oh, crush
Ooh,
counter.
they crushed.
I'll try to go for low 4, but goes for EXDP instead. Bets it all at the end of that round, and it pays off. Oh, great awareness to use that DP to go through that fireball. Nice, goes for the parry. Doesn't quite find it. Good air
Oh,
throw.
the air throw.
Yeah, don't see a lot of people use that, but it is great to see
Yeah.
Fluxways using it like that.
Throws him right in the corner as well. Again, stuck in the situation, but Dells finds his mark with the fireball out into the neutral. Keep that zoning game going. I see he's got V-trigger too. No, he's itching into that crouching kicked into it. There's the activation.
Empty jump throw. Drago gets called for. Oh, no, what are you doing? It's EX.
Oh. Again, big back throw.
Nice, he's dead.
His legs.
Very good confirm. Very good confirm.
Akira wins.
It's a great opportunity to see like that DP being used to sort of cancel out those fireballs. That's pretty important, especially so that way he doesn't feel like he can throw them out freely.
Yeah.
But it's still a hard matchup for Akira, I would say. At least a little bit. But once she's got her momentum, it is once she got her momentum, it's hard to really steal that away from her as Ryu. There are better characters that can combat that, but I don't think Ryu's one of those characters that can do that well.
The difficult thing too with that last match was I think Dells just made a few critical mistakes. And again, if you don't have an answer to that V-trigger activation, you gotta be on top of your game and knowing how to block some of those mix-ups. And Dells just wasn't able to pull through using the V-shift.
Nice, yeah. There you go with the ambiguous. Oh, he didn't even cross up. He didn't go for the ambiguous jump up, or sorry, crossover with that. For Tatsu to escape the pressure.
Waiting for activation here from Dells. No. Again, V-shift away. Give it to him a second time.
And finds the elbow, gets the corner pressure where necessary, but the back throw, just to show on the other foot, Dells on. Trying to keep this pressure in the corner with some fireballs, but he's not going to throw them out too much. He doesn't want to get checked or hit randomly. EX elbows. He's going to be safe, but he uses the V reversal to go through the fireball, tries to keep that pressure. Oh, good block on the overhead, and that's minus, yeah. It's extremely minus. Good Tatsu.
Nice. Yeah, great patience there. Big crush. Nice punish. Activation time. Oh. Drops it.
Yeah, like he could even get the he could get his V skill 1 charge as well while that's happening. Get the wall bounce into a bigger conversion if he wanted to. Not too sure if he knows that, but even still, it's a great option and one of these I would greatly consider if I was playing Akira.
Yep. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. If you're in the corner right now, you gotta eat this pressure. Again, using the V reversal, try to keep the pressure off of you. I like the answer to Tatsu, but a big punish.
Nice, good shimmy as well to make sure that he finishes that round. It means that they're now tied at 1 round apiece. They're on game point currently. Plus wave is looking extremely strong. Just looking for EX elbows. So if I find it, that's going to be a good punish on the Tatsu. Misses the link. Not going to find it there. Say uses plus frames. Try and go for the throw.
Yeah. Oh, that was scary. Throwing out the punch like that.
Still blocking it.
Nice anti-air here. Activation time.
Oh, nice good
Try to
throw.
use the V reversal. That's
I mean, yeah.
unfortunate.
It's not bad. You do get a free grab out of that, at least. But, like, there's no mixed and combo potential out of it.
Yeah, it's not the. I think it's the best case of a worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Take his
Challenge.
turn back. Keep him in the
I like
corner
that.
though.
Oh, that's huge cash out though from the gray
Oh
health.
my.
Next hit does it. Yep. And now you can play the fireball.
Oh,
Game.
that was a punish.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious? Both of them using their standing. Both of them using
man.
their standing light kicks and gets the trade. Really?
Yo.
Really?
Yeah.
Both of them get the standing light kicks and it trades.
Yo, I'm pretty sure that's gonna
Okay.
be still 1-0.
Yeah, it's still
if
1-0.
I-
Yep.
It's still,
Yeah.
yeah, still 1-0,
It does
yeah.
not count. It's replayed.
Okay.
Round one.
Watch, we're gonna get
Nice
that.
press
We're
up
gonna
this-
get that and a reset.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my god.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna be here for a while, and that is perfect because we love some good Street Fighter 5 action. Buffing up the projectile here. Kira. Alright, sweep activation time. Utilizing Tatsu to get as far away from the corner as possible.
Just trying to keep the pressure on them.
Uh-oh.
This is sweet. Oh, nice. I would push him out of the way. Oh, doesn't find the confirm though.
Ooh,
Oh, good
big back
throw.
throw. I think Dels is still struggling to find his path after Akira activates V-Trigger. Dealing with Daigo, I think that's a really, really difficult situation to be in. And it almost feels like he's experimenting to try and find a way to answer it. The reversal obviously hasn't been the choice. I have to figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, good air throw to
Ooh.
try and catch the air Tatsu, so he can't find a way out. Still goes for it again, but he will be able to rush him down. Yeah, you got to be careful. Manages to button check him though on the dash.
Yep. Oh no,
Oof.
it's gonna be big punish here. Dels sitting on a plethora of meter, full sticks of butter to cook.
Well, that's it.
That's gonna be big punish. Oh,
Final round.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. To say the least. Seems like right now we are back in the same situation that we just saw the double KO end on.
oh
So
no.
now goes for the sweep. Okay. Trying to keep the plus frames. Good DP. Gotta keep the pressure on them.
Yep. Trade again. Ooh, again. Wake up EXDP. Gotta respect the meter here. Oh, it's stuck in the corner. Activation time.
Oh, no.
Getting caught. Oh. I gotta eat all this corner pressure.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Base the DP
Fall
with it as
into the
well.
pressure. Luxway's up too, looking that much closer to getting the reset.
Yeah, looking better and better as each game goes on. Makes it hard for Delzon to try and find his pacing, I believe. I think that once there are a few characters in this game that do what Akira does, and that's keep the pressure on people so effectively, especially when they have momentum. And it really has been. It seems like Delzon's been struggling to try and break out of that momentum, because it seems like whenever the ball is in Akira's court, it's her game.
Oh, 100%. You really have to know when to take your turn back. And again, too, the struggle here is even if she's keeping this great corner pressure, getting the stun.
Nice. Oh no, he misses
no,
that. You
drop.
can't. Yeah. You can't. I don't think you can do that with light. I don't think it's enough time or hit stun.
Yeah. Finally find something to work out here,
Oh.
dealing with V-trigger activation, but gonna have
I
to eat
think
the
he was
blow. That's
scared
unfortunate.
because he could have continued there, but I think he was worried about the after effect of the V trigger there. It might have been
Yeah.
active and hit
Yeah.
him. And does I'm throwing some plasma.
Sure, for sure.
Spacing it out.
There's the
Nice,
jump
good
in.
jump.
Nice jump in. Gotta be careful about that ranger throwing the fireball out because she can jump in like that. V shift away. Nice punish.
If he shift. Back throws.
Good anti-air.
Nice.
Activation time.
Nice.
I'm not mad at the jump back. I'm not mad at the
Yeah.
answer.
Oh,
Sweep
got
into
it.
activation. Tatsu out of the corner. Good anti-air.
Oh, good anti-air again.
Alright. Dells has got a heartbeat. He is still in it to win it.
He's sweating right now.
Oh yeah.
For sure, yeah. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, doesn't find the punish. Pushed him too far back. Couldn't quite find it. Yeah, Fluxways has been jumping actually like a lot. He's been anti-aired every time. That's the first time I've seen him not get anti-aired.
And huge life lead here for Dells and Fire at staying out of the corner. Does not want to get caught.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice, good buttons.
Alright, yeah.
there we go. Finally worked out here for Dells. Going in with a big fireball boost,
Mm.
closing it out.
Finds the final hit.
Doesn't. I'm not free. I'm not free. Give me my chicken nuggets. But yeah, Delzon putting it up. It's now going to be 2-1. Fluxways, though, still has another game before resetting the bracket here. So let's see how this pans out in the next 2 games, if we get to that point.
Yeah, gonna have to definitely see for sure. Again, always starting out a little bit with the zoning game here. Gotta be careful about that range. Playing a risky game to give her a free jump in. Nice.
Nice, gets the crush counter. Standing roundhouse. Wants to keep the pressure. Still finding it. Solar Plexus punches enough. Gets the tech.
Ooh, small little cross up there. Activation time, alright. Alright,
man.
that's the answer. Dells is finding it. 2 out of 2 for 2 right now. Using
Yeah,
the
using the air
Tatsu like
tosses to
that.
escape. Use the air tosses to escape the pressure. Trying to make it harder for the enemy team to.
Oh,
Or not the
no.
enemy team, excuse me, his opponent to figure things out. But he used the V shift and he's not going to quite get a good punish, but he at least gets some sort of punish. It's pressure.
Yeah, but now
I'd be
he's
scared of it.
throwing out the fireball, trying to get off of me.
Oh,
Round 2. Fight.
man, oh man. A good standing roundhouse. Manages to get the whip punish. Wall bounce into conversion. Fireballs everywhere.
Nice answer. Oh
Good
no! Not a lot off of it though. Could have gotten possibly the stun, but we're gonna have to eat a full V trigger.
Nice. It's the throw. Wake up donkey kick. Oh my goodness. Again.
Again.
Waves keeps jumping. Like,
Yeah,
and I think it is that, like, I'm also noticing, like, he's jumping a lot.
Yeah. He really is, and it's again. I think Dells is starting to finally pick up on that, finding his range for his fireball, and also being prepared with that anti. I think is going to be really key. He can't allow Flux Waves to jump in and potentially take advantage of a high pressure situation.
So here's my reasoning why I think that Flux is jumping a lot, because with Akira, she doesn't really have like really any moves at all that allows her to avoid projectiles. Whereas with Poison, he had that ability. Even with Mika, to some extent, he had that as well too. Akira, she literally, in order to really avoid fireballs, is just find the right time in the jump. So that's why you're seeing that a lot with him. But
Yeah, it's just
we're probably gonna get a Poison.
You have to. Yeah, we might see a character switch here.
Yep,
It is
Called it.
Poison.
There it is.
And we've seen
Flux
it.
Waves and
We've
Poison.
seen Flux Waves time and time again win Digital Havoc with his poison. So not a terrible pick here. Especially go with something you're familiar with.
Nice. Goes for the heal. He's finding buttons. Yes, he Delzon has to respect those. Ryu does not have buttons as long as poison.
He's getting a taste of his own
Yeah.
medicine right now. He's getting zoned out.
Lift the row here, sweeping activation. Give him the second time. Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. I actually like that usage for Seer. Even if it doesn't
I don't
kill,
think
you
that
want to
would
be able to
kill.
find the damage.
Yeah. the
No,
momentum.
right, yeah. So momentum, and it's back at the distance it is that poison wants to be at, right? And he has V-trigger
Absolutely.
activated. Nice. Walks right on into it. The patience.
Oh,
Oh, he tried
wow.
to jump back and use a button, but he got hit. He did it too late. But even still, he gets the round.
Alright, Flux looking at potential setup for Grand Finals reset here.
Too many dashes there.
Nice anti-air.
Nice. Good air conversion. It's the jump in. No conversion, but still finds the poke. Delzon does not turn things around. Gets the sweep.
Alright, one hit potentially.
Smart.
Ooh, again. Nice use the V reversal. Get rid of
Nice.
stun bar. Alright. We get to see
There we go.
see a little bit more
There's a
Street Fighter
reset.
here. Gonna go in. Yeah, getting the reset. Gonna have to stick it out 2 with poison for the rest of this. Or at least, you know, until Dells takes it back. If he takes it back. Who knows? Not I.
Nope. None of us know. It's going to be a hard match to quite understand, honestly. To see who's
Yeah.
going to be the one that ends up taking this
It's a
one.
bracket
Believe.
reset, so Flux could switch back to
0-0.
Akira.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. He is
Oh.
allowed. He is
You're
allowed
right,
a character
actually.
change.
Yeah.
So he may have done that to be able to get the reset, and then it's probably moving on now. Back
He's
to
like, yo, I was
Akira.
having fun with her, you know. Let me win one game so I can go back to her.
Right. And he wasn't doing terrible with Akira either. I think Dells was just starting to pick up on some of his habits and
Mhm.
making his own adjustments. So we're
Yeah.
going to have to see if Flexwaits goes back to Akira. He's going to have to bring something new to the mix. Dells is learning.
Yeah. Called it. Yep.
Called it.
Yeah, the Akira and Ryu. Here in Grand Finals, off of the bracket reset as well.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, did he not mean to pick Ryu? Seems like he's walking into him for now.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little issue here.
I think he's just
going
wondering
on,
if
seems
he's
like.
allowed to switch characters. So I think Delzon was just confused because he was like, oh, how can we switch characters? But it's legal, so.
Yeah. So is he giving him the match? Oh, he's probably just giving him the round.
Yeah, he's giving him a round.
Mhm.
Job well done. Yay me. Since I worked hard, I think I earned.
Round 2.
Wait, what did you say?
I didn't hear what she said actually. I don't think I've ever heard that one quote before. What
Yeah.
was that? What did she say? I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever heard it. Okay, there it is.
Unless he wants to change. Maybe he wants to change. I don't know.
Akira.
No, no, no.
That's
I'm
what I was
pretty
wondering.
sure
I was wondering if
Delzon asked in the stream chat, doesn't he have to stay poisoned? And the answer is no,
Oh.
because it is a reset. So that's why Delzon was confused. Yeah, they're gonna go back to menu and start it fresh. So
Go time.
Dells said earlier he's going to play Seth. I see that pick and
Oh yeah. You
Very
are.
good
you
select.
oh,
might
that's
say
right. I
that.
completely forgot about that. Yeah,
We might
he
see
did say in
that.
chat that he was going to end up picking Seth, and maybe that's why. Like he may have picked the wrong character, . So, we'll have to see.
I wonder if he's been learning Seth to help him play against Poison a little better.
Oh, it's the
No, bring out
Cammy.
the
It's not Seth.
Cammy.
Oh. You guys trying to mix us up on the
Interesting.
chat.
Round one. Fight.
Dang, I got mixed.
I did too.
I did too.
Hit me
Right?
with
We all
the
did.
Look at the Mr. Krabs meme. Dale's on.
Flexus, you got hit with the Daigo mixed.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's
Feelings are
right.
hurt.
Ambiguous. Nice. So far, Flux always has great positioning and is keeping him back in the corner, but it's really hard for Akira to contest this unless you have a 3-frame like Akira does. Maybe it's a lot less hard. This could be the conversion. This should be it. Oh, he can't kill.
Ooh,
Dropped it.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
is possible. That is
3-second
definitely
rule.
possible.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It 100% is possible. It was just more so the fact that it was like where he was standing. I was like, oh, he can't kill anymore because nothing can hit at this
No.
at this range.
Wow. He was waiting for that.
Nice.
Alright, big damage time, and you're gonna have to eat the pressure. Fire really gonna have to utilize some of that meter or even the V-trigger activation to pick up for the deficit here.
Still trying to keep the pressure on him. Dale's on very little HP. Oh, good V-trigger activation. Is that gonna hit? Oh, it
no.
didn't. It didn't.
No,
He tried to catch him on that.
Akira wins.
That's unfortunate.
Man, oh man. It is unfortunate, yeah. Well, that is crazy.
Yeah, just a lot of waste in the meter, and I don't know if Dells was saving it specifically for the critical hour, or just not finding an opportunity to utilize that meter. Man, sitting on a lot of resources and no way to use it, especially when you gotta eat these pressure situations here.
Yeah, using that standing light a lot. Trying to catch his low forward. Trying to catch crouching medium kick with from Delzon. Trying to see if he can find any sort of way to. Yeah, still buttons back and forth.
Yeah, and very heavy neutral right here. Finally finds the mark with the crush. Gonna send it in with the V skill. Gets the corner carry. Nice work. 75% health now for Delzon. Oh,
Nice.
punish. Like
Uh-oh.
activation
Sweet.
time.
I just get a throw, back throw to try and get some corner pressure. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so if you use V-trigger activation with Akira and you hit her right after the flash at any point in time, Daigo won't come out and she'll lose her like V-trigger bar.
Really?
Actually.
Totally
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
I completely
me?
agree. Yeah. I completely agree. She used her entire V-trigger bar. If you use that, and as soon as the flash happens, if you manage to hit her, that's why Delzon kept comboing. You'll lose your entire bar, and Daigo won't come out.
Dang. Oh no.
Yeah, he tried to react to that. That's crazy. What a button to try to react to.
Delzon, save that for the
You
offline
should
tomorrow,
give-
buddy.
That's the
Yo, it's
reason we'll
patience
forward.
right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice. Walks up throws. Nice. Yes.
nice
You can absolutely
punish.
punish that. And that's a kill, too. Fluxways. Good awareness. Her low forward is so. It reaches so far. It's such a good punish as well. To make sure that make sure that Fluxwaves caught that. And it ends up to him winning the round. Now he's sitting up 2-0 so far.
You guys think
Yeah.
we're gonna probably
Very
see
convincing.
Ryu again?
Oh.
No.
Round one.
No, sticking it out with the Cammy.
Now let's go with the camera. Patience already. Standing roundhouse. Roundhouse again. Try to see if they can poke.
Again, so much patience here on Delzon's side of things, especially trying to find those ranges and get a nice whiff punish going, but slowly getting walked into the corner, finds a small cross up, not a lot of damage, but you know, it's the little stuff that counts.
Yeah, looking for any opportunity they can. A nice standing roundhouse.
Alright, going in with the back throw. I like this answer here, but activation time, you gotta be careful. There we go. Why do I get the feeling he stole that from a little bit earlier, utilizing the V reversal during activation? Where have we seen this before?
Anything to get away from Daigo. That man is a tank.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all either. Literally anything to get away from Daigo. Literally one of his supers in rival school is the fact that he has his teammates with him, and the opponent that they're fighting just starts punching him and he doesn't move, and his teammates just beat you up. Like, it's crazy. Like, I completely understand taking Cammy to be reversal and get out of that situation. Daigo's a very strong man.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't you really say man? Like he's a boy. He's in high school. He's got that Jotaro logic. That I'm 16, but I'm 6'7".
Basically.
Like,
I'm 16, but I look like a 30-something-year-old man.
yeah.
I look like misinput there, though. Delzon, again, sitting on a ton of meter. You've seen him already when he does this. Looking to activate, looking to utilize a critical art here. Oh, he could have... Oh, this is risky.
It's a pay. To be honest, oh my goodness, he hits him with the. Now Delzon's in chip range.
He can. Yeah, he is.
Like, and so it, but the thing is that I was just about to say, with the low forward, so is flux waves. So it was really about whoever got that hit and converted it after that.
Yes. Because I think Fluxize would have had critical art had he gotten the hit. Really unfortunate there.
Yes.
But Delzon gonna go one up. Still in it.
Round one. Fight.
Nice. Good buttons. Trying to see if he can catch him slipping. Nice. I just get the hit, but no confirm though. Still trying to fight back. Standing fierce. Buttons straighten out here and there. All over the place. Oh wow. It's forward roundhouse, but great jump. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, this hurts so much. Yep. Into the, yep, exactly. It is terrible. Exactly why that's so good to use that V trigger, the V trigger 1. You lose so much life, and it's so worth it to be able to take.
Big back throw, nice anti-air.
Yep.
Really well done and prepared for it too. And utilizing that anti-air specifically as Cammy, that can be really difficult because you have to anticipate a certain jump arc. They're really well thought out.
Right now, buttons are still going either way. We're gonna confirm this is the knockdown that Akira wants. Catches the backdash with a crouch jab. Goes for the shimmy, but doesn't quite find it. This gets Delzon out of the corner, but this can be huge. Yeah, he's gonna confirm right into CA. Just wants the damage, honestly. That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Definitely don't blame him there for cashing it out. And especially with having such a significant life lead too. One hit for Fluxways right now. He's gotta be careful.
Oh, he went for standing roundhouse right there. And it took too long to come out. So he gets counter hit. And Delzon takes that. Now we're at 2-2. In grand finals here.
And
The very last match.
Bringing it back. Cammy seems to be the pick against Akira right now, based off of these results.
Seems like for right now. Things are going a bit towards Delzon's way. Good dash in, man. Just get the check. Still trying to find
Absolutely.
good opportunities here. Catches his jump frames, actually. Manages to get knocked down, but cannon spike in between pressure.
Alright, Spiral Arrow sends him, pushes him into the corner, but not for long. Activation time.
Nice.
Flux waves. Oh, blocks that. Well done on Delzon's part, but gotta be careful not walking yourself back into the corner here. Delzon doesn't want to give up too much real estate.
Still trying to find an opportunity for himself here. And just to get the hit, Flux Waves. Keeps the press corner. Nice, there's one throw. Tries to go for it again, yeah. That's the throw tech from Delzon.
Activation time. Nice confirm. Ambient Space
find the
program
finishing
is in full effect.
You're not gonna find the finishing blow here. Still going for low forward. It's the forward throw. Still trying to poke here and there. Cannon spike. Oh,
Yep.
whiffs.
Oh, missed the throw. All right. It's evened up either way, and the timer is running out. You gotta be careful.
Oh no. Now it's a Delzon. Oh, okay. Now he's just gonna run the whole time. Yep, he's gonna run. Nice. Good job. Well played, Flux Waves. He manages to get that round.
Yeah,
In a very close match. Literally 3 seconds left.
absolutely.
Del's here with full ammo at the moment. See what he can do out of that. Oh
Oh
no!
no, this is gonna be
Oh,
big
nice.
punish here. Oh, look like maybe
Wow.
drop the combo? Again, same situation. This time Spiral Arrow lands.
Nice.
Alright, activation time.
Sweet.
Oh,
He spawns. Oh,
big.
yeah.
Caught on lacking.
Yep. Stuck in the corner now. Small confirm into big damage with the critical art here.
Doesn't get Flux
That
Waves
gives him
toggle
that
either, so
advantage.
next hit.
Oh. Delzon has V trigger too, though.
Yeah. They're just waiting. They're just biding their time. Both of them looking for the potential
There
next
it is.
confirm, and there it
There it
is. Crouch fierce into the spiral
Match
arrow.
point for
Will
both
take that.
players.
Now we're on match point.
They really giving us a whole show. We got breakfast, lunch,
Yeah.
dinner, and dessert served
Dessert?
up to us
Yeah.
today.
You already know. Ooh, caught
Nice
the end of the
small
overhead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and use that
That's
standard
scary.
light kick. Yeah, yeah. She gets a knockdown off of that. It's scary.
Wow.
That actually. You actually
I-
threw that out and it hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Nice confirm here. Break on the throw second time around. Big crush. I like
Yeah.
the answer. You gotta respect the space, gotta respect the
is
meter.
great.
Activation time for Dels, but gotta be careful. Kira has V-Trigger on deck and ready.
And if she does the combo correct, she can get meter to confirm for a CA. Probably won't kill. Oh no!
Oh.
This is a mix. What is it this time? Oh, let's see if he hit it. Oh
Oh,
no! Oh
how
my
big is that
gosh, that was
string?
it!
You have to be careful.
He's looking
Super
for it.
2. Yeah, he has it now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
gosh, he threw out double round. He threw forward roundhouse.
Oh,
And no confirm for the low forward. This way in
Oh,
front of him.
oh my god.
Again?
Heck, confirm,
Okay.
please.
He's looking for it. Dash up. Goes for the crouch lights. Low forward from Flux Waves. Flux is just biding his time and gets the
Oh,
answer.
yeah.
Goes on. Takes it. Was waiting for the opportunity and he found it. That is
Man.
his win to be able to take.
I'm not gonna hear the end of this tomorrow.
I got it. Okay. I
Look,
have
Vince,
to
look, Vince,
commend
I
Delzon.
won. I won a tournament with Cammy. I didn't even play Ryu.
You know he
I
won't
have
say
to
that
commend
too.
him though.
Go
I
ahead.
have to commend him though
Why?
because the level of patience that he had right at the end there, and that is something difficult, especially again when you're dealing with a Kira high pressure, lots of mix-ups, decent damage. Like that's a stressful situation to put yourself into. But
That's true.
Delzon really kept himself together, and I gotta commend him for that. Not that I like to compliment Delzon too much, but you know, I gotta pay
Yeah, I
respect
was about
where
to say.
respect is due.
Mhm.
I'll say this once, and I'll never say it again. Delzon's a pretty good Street Fighter player. So now I'm gonna go and eat a well
Listen,
done
I've had
steak,
to
and
make
then retire. I'm done.
Dude, I've had to make a tweet about that before, and like I got bullied by both Saint Cola and Del's on Fire for that, and I will never talk anything bad about Delzon again when it comes to his Street Fighter Five play. I'll have
Mhm.
to hold that.
Uh,
I'll have to hold that.
But once again, thank you to everyone for tuning in. Lots of good action today. Lots of Fluxer is
Yes.
bringing the heat with Akira.
yeah.
Lots to learn still too. I mean, this is
Mhm.
it's not even week one. It's halfway through week one. So very curious to see where that character goes. Didn't see much of Oro, but we know that character exists.
Mhm.
I was just watching. I just saw a clip coming up on Twitter. I think it was Sako or Nemo training with Oro, and he's like, I got to learn all the variations of Tengu Stone setups before I will play
Mhm.
this character in tournament. So
Yeah.
very interesting. But yeah, shoutouts to Delzon for taking it tonight. Of course. Oh my God, he sent me a clip.
Already?
Oh no.
This guy
No.
wasted no time.
He even labeled it the truth.
The truth. The truth comes
This
out.
guy, yo.
But thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone who hit up the Matcherino today. So Delzon, you're taking me out for dinner tomorrow night.
Damn right. Enjoy
um,
those
You
channel
getting them
points
chicken
too.
nuggies?
yeah, and
Yeah.
of course, can't forget. Thank you to our wonderful co-hosts, Flexus and Fawn, for joining us,
Yes.
and of course, my own boy, Mufasa the Third, my partner in crime. So,
Yes.
uh, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with Shockwave. We're gonna be hosting Guilty Gear Strive, and tomorrow we're gonna have a brief return of Dragon Ball Fighters at the request of the Dragon Ball community. So that's gonna be real interesting. But yeah, we'll be live from Waves Gaming, our arena in Toronto, Ontario, tomorrow night, starting at around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's gonna be crazy hype. A lot of good matches the last little bit. And before we go, Flex this Fawn, gonna give you guys a chance to spread the good word. So go for it.
All right. Well, first off, make sure you guys go check out and follow Incendium Gaming. They are fantastic for the community. They put on a great show and they really support them. You can also utilize your Twitch Prime to sub to them, so make sure to do that. If you guys want to hear the nonsense I have to say, I am Flexus. You can find me on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday/Thursday. If I'm not commentating here, over at twitch.tv/Flexus double underscore. Twitter at Flexus underscore, and Instagram at Flexus FGC. Also do Taekwondo, keeping that journey in mind. You guys can check that out. But the man, the myth, Fawn the legend. Where can people go and hear the good words that you've got to say?
You can follow me at Fauna Legend on Twitch, on Twitter, and by all means, be sure to stop by my stream and listen to how much I'll be talking about Akira, since that's all it is I'm playing right now, is Street Fighter V, because I'm trying to learn Akira and trying to do well at that. So if you want to hear the good word, then I've got the Gospel of Akira for you. So that's where you can find me on my
Preach it.
personal show.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
Mm.
All right, awesome. Well, that's going to conclude for now. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're going to send you guys over to Saint Cola as he's actually live right now. I think he just started a stream not
Mm.
too long ago. So yeah, thank you everyone
Yeah,
for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at Shockwave at our offline local.
you know Delzon's over there. He's in St. Cola's chat definitely right now, like popping off. Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we'll catch you guys later. Have a good night, and we will see you later.